everyone, it is Ian. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying something new for me artistically. I'm going to be doing a sort of TikTok-y style of self-portrait in Procreate. I'm inspired by artists like Blue Satan and Hazel Long. They have videos on YouTube. Blue Satan particularly does like compilation drawing videos. I have no idea if I'm saying their username correctly, but they're really cool, and they're that super sort of trendy portrait of cute girl style of paintings. And so I tried to emulate that sort of, but something I sort of struggled with in this process was deciding exactly how detailed I wanted it to be and how photorealistic I wanted it to be. You may be able to tell from this channel so far that photorealism isn't really my niche. I'm not that interested in it. I used to do realistic drawings and paintings all the time when I was in high school and even college. I just thought that, you know, it was really cool, and I was proud of myself for even being able to draw something that even resembled real life. And something I was always good at when doing portrait drawing in high school was capturing people's likenesses. However, like the devil's in the details, and as I developed my drawing skill, I also kind of developed a more critical spirit of my own art. So the more I would draw stuff, the more I would think to myself, that's off, that proportion's off, and it became not so fun anymore. It was really something that became more of a chore and more of a burden, and I always felt disappointed when I got done with my art. So I switched over to doing cartoon drawings and less realistic stuff. And even though I'm still critical sometimes of like proportions, it's not as noticeable with cartoony style stuff. It's a totally different skill set, but I haven't really practiced realism that much recently. And so I thought I would give it a try, especially since, like I said, cute girl portraits are sort of popular on YouTube and on TikTok right now. I wanted to give it a try because I know I enjoy watching those drawing compilations, and I thought maybe somebody out there would. If you likewise struggle with realism at times, the thing for capturing people's likenesses, that's the main goal, right? Is that it looks like the person you're trying to draw. The two things that contribute most to that is eye shape and face shape. So if you can get the shape of the face right, and if you can get the look of the eyes right, then you're pretty much like 80% to making it look like the person you're trying to make it look like. And details like what their mouth and nose look like are a little bit less significant. So just focus on those things at first and develop those other things later. And I think I did a decent job of getting my face shape right. My eyes are okay. I feel like I struggled with my nose. It's kind of an odd angle. I've got my like chin tilted up a little bit, so it's like an under nostril shot, and I don't normally draw noses from that angle, so it was a little bit of a challenge. You can see I did two different sketches, and this was the second one, and I really love the way this sketch turned out. I think this, to a certain extent, I wish I would have stopped at the sketch because I think the sketch was really good. But you'll see it throughout the painting process. I did just like a gradient, a basic gradient for like an underpainting, and this is basically all me underpainting right now, which I don't really think it's that like apparent in the final product that I even did this, but it's a good practice, and it helps you kind of get a grasp on where the lights and shadows are hitting exactly. At this point, you can see that I have put my reference photo. Actually, I pasted it in as a layer in Procreate, and I did that because I'm really bad at color theory. I'm very bad at color picking. Like, I'm bad at blending colors. I'm bad at picking skin tones. They always come across very unrealistic and flat and all that kind of stuff. So because I'm not good at that, I just used the reference picture and used like the eyedropper tool and just selected the colors right from it and use that to paint this, and I'm okay with that. It's a little bit cheaty, but some might say that digital art in and of itself is cheaty. And if you are learning like I am, then like don't be afraid to do that kind of stuff, to use like a color picker off of your reference image, or to even trace your own photos. As long as they're your photos that you took, it's totally copacetic. It's totally cool for you to trace those and learn from that. Tracing is a very helpful tool for learning. The one thing you don't want to do is trace someone else's art and then act like it was an original concept, but you can do that as a means of practice. I would just not publish it. But again, I didn't trace this. I wanted to do it like quote unquote freehand, and I really enjoyed that. Now I finished basically painting the hair, and now I'm doing like a base layer of painting on the skin. I started out with kind of bigger areas like the cheeks and the forehead, and I'm using like large swaths of color to cover those areas, and then going in to smaller areas and filling in those details. And it's starting to come along, and you can see how much the color has dramatically changed from that underpainting layer, which probably not even at all visible in the final product. I really had a lot of fun with this, and I think that you will enjoy the process as well. You can see the eye whites right now I've done in sort of like a gray and blue. That's the way they appeared in the reference photo. It feels more natural to paint them in white, but that's not realistic in real life, so I went with that. And I'm going to stop talking for a little bit and let you just zone out and enjoy, and I'll be back in a second to share some other thoughts with you and to say goodbye. So enjoy. So I'll jump back in now to talk about some other, like, I guess, mistakes or nitpicks with digital art. So one mistake that's really easy to make is over blending, and that's something that I fear I may have done on this project. You can see it's quite blended out, all of the colors, whereas before, like, the colors were laid out kind of in blocks, and it creates a lot of like really high contrast and visual interest. But when you blend it out, you lose some of that contrast, which stinks. But I tried to preserve some of that. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep the sketch layer as part of the final product, but I decided to leave it in because I just think it looks so much cooler with the sketch there. So now I'm just doing like sort of final cleanup stuff and last minute details. I'm going to add in like those super like TikTok-y highlights in a second. You know, like super bright white highlights, which are obviously not at all present in the actual photo, but they're super fun to add to make your like lips look glossy or whatever. And of course I wanted to add in like the freckles and moles on my neck because that's pretty signature me. I have a lot of those. It wouldn't look like me without them. And like I said, I'm kind of coming to a close here. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that this maybe inspires you to try it out. I don't know if I made a right choice in going for this area between photorealism and like, I guess, sort of expressionism or impressionism, where it's just an impression of what I look like. It's not flat colors, it's pretty detailed shading, but yeah, I'm not sure if I used the right amount of detail or not. I don't know if I should have stopped sooner or kept going and added more, but I don't know. I'm happy with the final result, and I hope you enjoyed this process as well. And I will catch you in the next video where we're going to be doing more fun art, I guess. But that's all I have for today. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye!